seminars and different events and so on. In fact, we're just starting a new podcast. I have been doing podcasts formally. I've been doing a lot of other people's podcasts, like yours, for example, and I appreciate the invitation. But now we're going to do our podcast under the umbrella of the Academy called the Forest Cafe. And I hope you like it. A lot of people seem to like the idea, but where the mission of the Academy has become much more focused in the last, since it was founded, but especially within the last year, as we sort of tried to come to terms with COVID and the necessity to do all these things online. We did do a physical conference in the UK. That was the first one.
I don't really want, but I'll suck dick for money, honestly. Oh, no, the guy tells me all sorts of strange shit, man. I'm like, stop, pay me for the comment. Don't give me dick pic. Give me the money for all time to come.
Alright, sorry, I wasn't doing that. Are you sure? It's really disfigured.
I'll tell you, I'll take $5 for every dick pic as a payment to promote it once, at least twice, maybe. I can ignore what your dick looks like. We all have one. See, I was raised to do this by my mom in some level. So if I go answer the so realize if you're a solicitor at my door, am I your Mormon at my door? You're gonna see full frontal nudity.
Hi guys.
Hello, welcome to Discover Lexi.
Hi, welcome. How are you?
Fine. Joined like 10 seconds ago. What would you
Doing well, thank you.
Right.
What's y'all doing?
Right now we're chilling.
I'm kind of in the middle. Phasing in the hole. That's what we're doing.
Not doing anything specific, just vibing, chilling. I'm comfortable.
I don't know what to do because the instructions of life came with like English and I can't read that, so I didn't read them. I don't know what to do with life. I didn't read the instructions, bro.
No, I just locked myself out of that.
Okay, I just made that up and I'll probably remember that, bro. I'm going.
Also integrated press, going to be publishing that. So people can look at the TV55. I always register you, George, so you can just go on there and check it out. I save you the trouble of having to register. Other people will have to take the email. You can easily register. And then you can see the kind of things that we're discussing. It's around the broad topic of essentially the ethno photographic search, the cases of drug discovery. It's got some scientific we have with a form of program. It is has a brilliant based on Prado, which is a Southeast Asian plant that is potentially a substitute for opium. And there's quite a lot of good information in that symposium, and people can go listen to the presentations if they like. So one of the big areas that we're working with right now, which we also talked about in the symposium, we're sort of branding with biognosis. We talked about biognosis, which is like biognosis, knowledge. What this is about is bridging indigenous knowledge with scientific. And, indigenous knowledge is not written down largely. It comes through oral tradition. It comes through the stories of the people and their practices. And it's disappearing. It's threatened as these cultures become more and more impacted by numerous factors, globalization, climate change, tourism, all of these things are threatening the integrity
but I know
of
it's
these
successful.
indigenous
The
cultures,
initial
and
mid-round
this
because
knowledge
it's on my
is
OpenSea,
in
so
danger of
I'm not
being
right.
lost if we don't do
Yeah, just send
something
it to my
about it.
wallet,
So,
though.
And I'll check them
it's
for
been
you.
said sometimes that when a
my
medicine
guy.
man dies,
Yeah, I'll do that right before I leave.
it's as though a library
Okay,
was burned
let me wait.
down.
Yeah,
And we have
he's
some
on your
people in the Amazon that we're working with who are
The youth watching that.
those libraries. These
okay. You
incredibly
want me to send you something? You got
wise
this on
and
your friend or
intelligent
just even it up.
people, elders that have been around, they lived in the jungle all their lives. They understand the plants and the animals and the way this ecosystem works.
Now, I asked
And
Marco,
of
man,
course,
Doug was
they
fucking
have
loaded in the crib.
knowledge
Like,
of
he's fucking,
numerous
it's like OG and shit. Like, we got like 8.5 right now.
they actually use ayahuasca as a tool to learn about other medicines. You know, the practice of doing research is very much inculcated into business practice in the Amazon. So you do get that you take ayahuasca along with another plant that's for sometimes several plants.
Trying to send you
You
some
want to
care
learn
package,
about,
but I
you
don't know
want,
how to
you
do
want
that because
to understand the properties of it that can be used as medicine. Ayahuasca is master, becomes a master teacher. You know, and the indigenous people do have this notion of being, you know, that the plants are teachers. And anyone who's taken them, I think, would agree with that perspective. So this is the project that we're trying to move forward, is to preserve this indigenous knowledge. We're working with the university in Mexico, the National University of the Amazon in Mexico, and one particular person who's the curator of the herbarium there, his name is Rabbi. And he is that medicine man, he is that library. He has incredible knowledge about the plants, about the Amazonian environment and the plants. What's unique about him is that he has worked for the science and worked for the traditional medicine. He is trained as a botanist, so he has the scientific background, but he lived all his life in the Iquitos and the surrounding area. So he knows the people and he knows the environment. We're trying to, I mean, even though he's a scientist, he still has things down, you know, so part of our project is we're doing a series of documentaries designed to basically record using videography, record what we know as well as we can, because it's not getting really young, like all of us, like you, like me, we're all getting older. We have to record what we know before we forget it and before we pass on. So that is a big part of this diagnosis project. And then in conjunction with that, we want to renovate and digitize the herbarium in Iquitos, that he is the curator of this herbarium. But like many academic institutions in developing countries, it's underfunded and it's kind of run down. It's been neglected because there's just not funds to maintain it. And so we're through the academy, we're seeking to get support to actually turn this into a world-class nexus for scientific research on Amazonian plants and fungi. And it will be online. All the specimens will be digitized. There'll be an open access and open to anyone that has a reason to research those Amazonian flora and biota. So it's an ambitious project, and we're trying to raise a lot of money, a fair bit of money to do that. People can go to the website to learn more about it.
Poking around on your website today at the McKenna Academy, I saw the word consciousness in a couple of places. You know, science it's kind of a buzzword these days. People are trying to get their heads around it. Mainstream science still seems to think that it's a product of our brains, where there's a lot of evidence to the contrary. My friend here in Las Vegas, Robert Bigelow, who has spent millions of dollars pursuing UFOs over the years, has now shifted his focus toward consciousness research, trying to figure out what part of us lives on after physical death. And I noticed on your website that you expand the bounds of what consciousness means to not just the product of human brains and not just something that humans enjoy, but billions of other first things also have forms of consciousness, meaning animals. Can you talk about that for a second?
Sure. Consciousness is one of these tricky words, you know, so it's easy to use loosely, right? I prefer the term sentience or intelligence, you know, and if you look at nature, if you look at the planet from the planetary perspective, from the perspective of the biosphere is a huge community of sentient species, you know, which includes us. We're part of this community. We don't like to think about it, and we're really screwing it up, you know, with our unsustainable practices. But like it or not, we're part of this community of sentient species that is the biosphere, sometimes called Gaia. And if you look at every system, like forest ecosystems, for example, they are actually intelligent in the sense, if intelligence means responding and adapting to your environment optimally, then these large-scale ecosystems certainly do that. And there are networks of communication. If you look at an old-growth forest in the Pacific Northwest or in the Amazon, any of these areas of high, really anywhere on the planet, but it becomes most obvious in these areas where biodiversity is highly concentrated. There are networks of communication between plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria in the soil. You know, humans, we've sort of picked out the ones that happen to hit the receptors in our brain, you know, and we say, oh, these are cool. We don't pay any attention to all the other chemical messengers that plants put out to mediate their environment, their relationship with everything in the environment. You know, plants, Satan's botanist once said, plants substitute biosynthesis for behavior. Right? Yeah. Animals respond to their environment through behavior. They can fight or flee. They can run away. They can move around. Plants are stuck in one place. They respond to their environment through chemistry. Right? Chemistry is the language of plants and fungi and all of these things that are stuck. You know, you look at a forest ecosystem and what you don't see, but if you could, of course, if you take a psychedelic, you can see them too. It opens up like an X-ray. You can look at, you can look at what's going on in the soil, and you realize this is a nervous system. This is a vast nervous system of communication between all the organisms in the biosphere, and it's intelligent by any measure, you know, because that can sustain life. You know, and we're the species, we're the problematic species, you know, I call it, we're the problematic primates, you know, because we're not with the program, we're doing everything we can to disrupt that program, to destabilize these homeostatic equilibrium systems that are keeping life on Earth, you know, that are making it possible. I mean, message I often get from ayahuasca and other psychedelics is, you know, sometimes it's very upfront. It's like, you monkeys only think you're running the show, you know? And we're not running the show, actually. The plants are running the show. Because the plants are keeping life, are what sustains life on Earth. You know, plants have mastered this process called photosynthesis. By which they can take the energy of the sun and they can use that to split water, and they can use the hydrogen from that to turn carbon dioxide into organic compounds and produce oxygen as a byproduct and sequester carbon dioxide down planetary ecosystem on the local level and the planetary level, these things are threatened because they're tremendously resilient, and they will tend to re-equilibrate, but we're seriously disrupting the equilibrium, so we are a very problematic species because we don't understand how disruptive we are and how, we have to really change our perspective. And this is, again, goes back to the psychedelics, because the psychedelics are a co-evolutionary partner with us, involved with these messenger molecules that they produce. And consistently, the message has been to our species, as long as we've been, using it, the message is wake up, you monkeys.
Yeah, we're talking with Dennis McKenna. We'll continue our conversation, some of the lessons from these substances. When we come back, we go into the break with Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Why didn't that work?
I'm Bree Tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA Unified School District officials are still negotiating to head off a 3-day strike that would shut down schools on Tuesday. The school district says they've asked the California state labor regulators to issue an injunction to block the strike. They've said no so far. Workers are asking for more money and more support on the job. Thousands of Central Valley residents have been told to evacuate ahead of the atmospheric rivers coming today and tomorrow. 4 inches of rain is forecast for the middle of California. Nation showed he was a supplier of fentanyl and meth to residents in Ventura and LA counties. 57-year-old Kevin Mulvihill was operating the drug supply business out of various motels and short-term rental properties. Southbound weather from KFI, light showers today, heavy rain tonight, highs around 60. Right now it's 56 in Cypress, and 1 Capistrano is 55, 48 for Woodland Hills, and 52 in San Dimas. We live local from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Bree Tennis.
There's a solo spin out affecting the 60 freeway in Whittier. This is on the transition road from the westbound Pomona freeway to the northbound 605 freeway. Car went into the dirt off the right shoulder. Major road was going on the 5 freeway in Laguna Hills, 5 northbound between Alicia Parkway and El Toro Road, with on the 3 right lanes going off until 6 a.m. And zero litter is the goal when rain or wind is forecast to move debris from truck beds to keep it from becoming litter. KFI the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Aaron Fuller.
Planning a spring getaway? This month, get 40% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. And explore the world with bite-sized lessons in 25 languages, from Spanish and German to French and Korean, and even Portuguese and Turkish. Rosetta Stone prepares you for real-life conversations and will have you talking from your very first lesson. So visit rosettastone.com today for 40% off and get ready for the trip of a lifetime. Offer ends March 22nd. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different.
We measure, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in audience. As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more. If you're looking to get out of your house, doesn't matter why you're moving, or maybe you've inherited a home, and now what do you do with it? Usually you go to a real estate agent, 6%, and you're told to clean and paint and repair, and buyers are going to walk through. The house has to be pristine, as if you don't live there. You don't need any of that. How about getting a fair price for your home without any of that hassle? DirectBuyers.com will do exactly that. DirectBuyers.com, a local family-owned business, Janet and Matt, brother and sister. I love the way they do business. Now, there are a lot of schmucks out there in this business. I'm going to suggest you call the directbuyers.com. They'll never lowball you, give you an honest, no obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com, call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com. KFI, AM to Coca-Cola. That should be their next one. That's right. Handle World. Oh, no. Oh, do you want a soda that tastes like Bill Handle? Bill Handle. I don't even want to go there. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
I do too. I used to, so I built my first car. I built it. My first car was 1999 on a CSI, and I built it 3 years for argument's sake. And before I actually took their custom, I made 222 horsepower R8s was a car was a track car. Like right now, if you said here's $1 million, but if you want, I get a lot of space. I twin charge the shed. I go fast. MR, what I want to traffic and car get out. Yeah, the last card thing is Alright, Queen, much love. It's good to be back. You know, nice to meet everybody new back. So on. Likewise, man. Likewise, it's been a minute, bro. Dude, thank you for Coast to Coast and worldwide on the internet. This is Coast to Coast AM with George Knapp. Now, here's George.
That's those Cosmic Cowboys George Duran with the title track from their album Lonesome Dream. We're talking with Dr. Dennis McKenna about his work at the McKenna Academy, the ambitious research projects and undertakings that they're going for. In a moment, we'll open up the phone line, see if a couple of you have some questions for my guest, and we'll be discussing some of the most recent medical research papers that I've read about the use of psychedelics in clinical settings and the benefits that have been derived from them. We'll be right back with our final segment of Dennis McKenna right after this. Solid silver Ghana alien coin, part of the Silver Starter Kit, just for Coast to Coast fans, exclusively at BullionMax.com/coast. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that have tried to order in the past, but it's sold out by the time you get there. And Bullion Max was finally able to get more in stock. And here's the great thing. When you go to BullionMax.com/coast and order your Silver Starter Kit, you don't get just the alien coin. You get 5 ounces of silver and fantastic collector pieces that are solid silver, like the Austrian Philharmonic coin and the Britain Britannia. We all know inflation is getting worse. The stock market had its worst year since 2008, and now is the time to diversify into precious metals that you can store at your home. Bullion Max ships them to you fully insured. Head to the stock and precious metals at BullionMax.com/coast. That's BullionMax.com/coast.
Real people, real stories. I had eczema. I have tried every cream and ointment that you can imagine to treat it. So I started taking Panadol, and at this point, I don't want to ever be without it.
Our little dog developed this lymph problem. I took chemotherapy right after first gone. We started developing more lymph nodes that were swelled out. So I started just like carnivore. The lymph nodes started to go down, swelling did. Then I took them into the vet to have them checked out, and there was no signs at all inside. My cat had issues that developed in his eye, so my don't want just go ahead and remove the eye. I heard the carnivore advertising, so I said, you know what? I'm going to order this product. They did all the tests. I kid you not, this product saved his eye.
Call 866-836-8730
TRINIVORA.com. That's TARNIVORA.com.
That is cool. Really? Yeah. Why did it like, oh, snap.
Dennis McKenna, I don't think that you or I or anyone would go ahead and urge everyone to go out and run down to the street corner and buy some magic mushrooms from some guy standing under a street light or something, and go home and lock yourself in the bathroom and try them. I mean, these are powerful substances. Have the right setting. You shouldn't do this stuff alone. You should, if you're going to try it. But there are some pretty profound effects that are being studied by academics. I sent you an article from the Journal of Psychopharmacology that showed that these researchers at Johns Hopkins did this big survey, and like 3,500 people responded, and they found that a single psychedelic experience can change one's belief about spirituality, consciousness, the meaning of life. I mean, they found that I think 39% previously believed that non-physical conscious entities such as spirits exist. That doubled to 68% afterwards. The people who are thinking of conscious experiences, that doubled. Now, overall, the vast majority of participants reported their psychedelic experiences altered their fundamental concept of reality. Belief in a higher power or God doubled. And that's pretty amazing stuff.
That is pretty amazing. Yes, I reviewed those articles, and it's true. I mean, well, that's sort of the point, that these substances are catalysts for consciousness, for conscious exploration, and they do open up these realms. As we were talking about earlier, science tends to, act like we have it all figured out. Psychedelics demonstrate that we have only very little of reality figured out. And I think if it opens people up to the possibility of other belief systems, of even, the existence of spirits and God and all these metaphysical questions, well, why not? I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that it can, back in the day, LSD was called the consciousness expanding drug. So it is that, and that's a good thing, basically. I don't think, the beauty of mushrooms is you don't actually have to, I don't think you can go down to the nearest street corner or under the street light. The guy that you find there is not necessarily going to be selling mushrooms. He's probably going to be selling something you probably shouldn't ingest, like fentanyl. But the beauty of mushrooms is they're easy to grow. And one thing my brother and I did that has been noticed as much, that we wrote a little book back in the mid-70s called Psilocybin Magic Mushroom Growers Guide. It was a very simple, it was almost a pamphlet. It was a very simple technique for growing mushrooms at home. Now they're much better and even simpler techniques. You can buy books on it. And that's actually the best way to get mushrooms. If you can't find them in the woods, and it's possible, if you can,